Hey everyone, my name's Leo and welcome to my channel. I'm a Cambridge University student who makes videos on university and productivity, and today I thought I'd make a short guide on how to choose a college when applying for either Oxford or Cambridge University, collectively known as Oxbridge. Note that although I'll be using examples from Cambridge specifically, given that's where I'm studying, the information in this video applies equally to Oxford colleges. Timestamps for each part of the video are on the screen now if you'd like to skip to any particular part, otherwise without further ado, let's hop into it. The first question we need to answer is what exactly are colleges? The concept of a collegiate university in the UK is not unique to Oxbridge, though understandably Oxford and Cambridge are the most famous examples of such a system. Colleges are a way for the university to divide itself up into smaller constituent self-governing bodies, alongside the academic faculties and departments you see in most other universities, somewhat similar to the federal system of the United States. Each student becomes part of their college community upon enrolling at the university, seen as an integral part of student life even long after you've graduated. Colleges and academic faculties may have differing roles, but they work alongside one another to ensure the smooth running of the university and its students. Whilst the university handles more large-scale academic matters through its faculties and departments, including the organisation of course lectures and exams and awarding of degrees, colleges have a bigger focus on providing individual pastoral and academic support to students, including the provision of small group supervisions and student accommodation. Given the close and personalised level of support and supervision the collegiate system offers, it's no wonder that many students are drawn to Oxbridge for this very reason alone. At the same time though, the process of choosing Oxbridge College can be daunting for many who are only just learning about the system. With a total of 31 Cambridge and 44 Oxford colleges, even after eliminating the ones you're not eligible to apply to, for example postgraduate or female-only colleges, or colleges which don't offer your subject, you'll still likely be left with a wide selection. That's why I've created this guide with 4 different things to take into consideration and 1 thing to absolutely not consider before choosing your college. For anyone familiar with Oxbridge colleges, it's no secret that certain colleges are known for their reputations, both good and bad, and you'll find countless online forums and articles discussing this exact matter. For example, many colleges are known to be better for certain subjects, for example Trinity College Cambridge's reputation for maths, though if you remember what I said in my introduction about the university organising the same course and exam content for all students regardless of college, this can seem a bit confusing at first. Instead, this reputation usually comes from the fact that supervisions are carried out in college, and so supposedly the better professors from a particular subject will be in a college with a higher reputation for that subject. Students strong in that field will be more encouraged to apply to that college, resulting in higher exam results and creating a self-perpetuating cycle. Now, I don't think this is the strongest reason to settle on a particular college, though if being around like-minded students in your subject is important to you, then perhaps choosing a college which is likely to attract such students is something worth considering. However, college reputation doesn't just have to be academic in nature. Many colleges are known for the type of students they attract, or just their vibe in general, from down-to-earth friendly colleges such as Clare, to colleges associated with the upper class and prestige such as St John's, Cambridge. There are countless reasons as to why colleges gain the reputations they have, and while some people aren't keen on reducing colleges to their stereotypes, sometimes personal instinct and just having the right feel is all it takes for someone to know that a certain college is right for them. Part of what makes each college unique lies in its facilities it has to offer its students. Whilst colleges share similarities such as all having an on-site library or gardens, specialist sports amenities at Churchill and music practice rooms, as well as other facilities catered towards performing arts at Fitzwilliam, are just some examples of the differences that can be found between each college. Most of these facilities tend to be only available to students of that particular college, and given the fact that you'll most likely be living at or at least near to your college during your time at university, it's certainly worth considering the things you'll be able to make the most of around you. Speaking of which, accommodation is another big thing you want to consider. All colleges guarantee accommodation to new students in their first year of study and are usually able to accommodate you in your subsequent years as well to save you the hassle of finding private accommodation. Some larger colleges such as Queen's College Cambridge are able to offer on-site accommodation for the entire duration of your degree, whilst others such as Gonville and Keys tend to have their accommodation more spread out at various sites across town. Other things to consider regarding accommodation include the availability of ensuite rooms, kitchen facilities, room size, and even the ballot system which decides how rooms are allocated each year, though this can vary depending on which year you're in and whether you're an undergraduate or postgraduate. All in all, facilities and accommodation are often defining features of colleges, so make sure to take a look online and even give some of the virtual tours a go to ensure you're fully informed of your available options. College facilities and accommodation are often determined by their size and location, which brings me to the next point on my list. From big colleges with large student bodies such as King's to Peterhouse, which is the smallest Cambridge college in terms of student intake, and everything else in between, there's no correct answer as to which is better, as it entirely depends on your preference. Bigger colleges often have a greater variety of social opportunities, though can feel overwhelming at times, whereas smaller colleges tend to have a tighter-knit community feel, though at the expense of sometimes feeling confined. The larger, older, and often more prestigious colleges tend to be more centralized in their location, which can be convenient for getting to lectures and social events, but can also be flooded with tourists at certain times of the year. On the other hand, the smaller and more modern colleges are often found on the outskirts of town, which can be more peaceful but also isolating if you're unwilling to make the commute. Girton College coming to mind as the most obvious example. Even if you choose to not live in your college, it will no doubt become an integral part of your university life, and so size and location are definitely some important things to take into account. Whilst funding your studies and university activities can be a barrier to entry for some students, both Oxford and Cambridge University actually have some of the most generous bursaries and scholarships out there. Largely as a result of generous alumni donations, which just proves that your college community really is for life, there are certainly no shortage of funding opportunities at individual colleges for their students of all years. The amounts vary from small one-off payments to cover expenses to full scholarships which cover the bulk of your tuition fees, with a good mix of merit-based scholarships in music and sport, as well as background-assessed bursaries, meaning that there is something available for everyone. The university has its own helpful scholarship search tool which allows you to filter by college as well as other options such as undergraduate or postgraduate funding, with new opportunities being added every year, meaning it's essential to check regularly if this is something you're interested in. We now come on to the final part of the video, which is our number one factor not to consider when choosing an Oxbridge college, that is admission statistics. Most sources out there will advise you against using statistics to try and pick the easiest college to get into, and there is definitely a lot of truth in this. Whilst colleges do publish acceptance rates for each course every year for reference purposes, they are often misleading due to Oxbridge's complex pool system. This is basically a system in place to ensure that all well-qualified applicants get a place at the university, even if not at their first choice college. So, if you apply to a less popular college but aren't as qualified as another college's applicant who just missed out, it's a lot more likely they'll get it than you. This also goes the other way, in that you should absolutely not be discouraged from applying to a college with below average admissions rates if it fits in with your other criteria. The only thing that these stats are probably useful for is finding out the number of course mates you have in your college if you do get accepted, which might be one deciding factor for you if time spent with course mates is important to you. That being said, if picking just one college to apply to still seems like too daunting of a task, remember that you can always opt for an open application, whereby the university assigns you a college themselves. At the end of the day, each college offers its own unique experience of Oxbridge, and there really is no wrong choice. I've certainly never met or heard of anyone regretting their college choice before. And remember, no matter which college you're a part of, your degree at the end of it all comes from the university itself, which is the whole reason you're going to university in the first place. So that's all from me. I hope you found this video useful for your upcoming Oxbridge applications. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Bye for now.